Hi, I want to welcome you to the summer session of Public Speaking Online. My name is Jennifer Huff. I'm going to be your instructor this summer. First, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am quickly going to be 36 years old. My birthday is in 2.5 weeks. I am married. I've been married for a little over 2 years now. And I live in Le Mars, Iowa. I'm an adjunct instructor for Western Iowa Tech. I've been teaching for 2 years now. I got my BA in English and my MA in Communication Studies, both from the University of South Dakota in Vermilion. I have a niece and a nephew who are completely adorable and I love to pieces. So some things about me that are kind of important, I think. I love television. I'm addicted to television. It's an obsession. Netflix is both the most wonderful thing in the world to me as well as probably the worst thing in the world for me because I can spend hours upon hours watching television. Um, I also am a huge Doctor Who fan. I started watching when it got re-going with the new episodes, and now I'm working my way currently through all of the classic ones. I love cats, ducks, shopping. I also am into vampires and fairies, which is slightly strange. Anne Rice is my favorite vampire person, not Stephanie Myers, although I will admit I've seen the Twilight series and read it. Things that I don't like, I don't like spiders. I'm deathly afraid of spiders. I also have anxiety about public speaking. I don't like the cold, which is shocking considering I live in Iowa in the Midwest during winter. And I also am afraid of clowns. So beyond that, I am passionate about diversity. I'm a big supporter of LGBT rights. I also help support anything related to civil rights. I'm very much into politics. I introduce myself to my students as a feminist and a liberal, basically the person that your parents probably warned you about. I'm not as terrifying as you think, though, I promise. I encourage people to talk about their opinions and their beliefs, just to do so in a respectful manner because differing perspectives offer different points of view that are good. I mean, if you don't have discussion, then you can't arrive at the right answer. So, I really encourage you to pick topics that matter to you. Don't be afraid to shy away from those kinds of things because your perspective, if it's different from mine, that will not enter into how I grade you. I will grade you on your arguments and your sources, not your opinion. So I'm really looking forward to this summer session of public speaking. Public speaking online is a bit of a different breed because obviously you have to do all this extra work to complete it. You have to find your own audience. You have to record yourself. Then you have to upload it. It's a whole different kind of thing than when you would have it face to face. But there are some consistencies. So don't worry about not being able to complete the skills that you need to work on. So let's get into what we need to discuss in this welcome video. That is the list of things that you need to do first. So first things first is you need to read the syllabus. This is located under your course home. Please read this very carefully. It is the number one place for you to go to for any answers to questions you may have. It's your starting point because 9 out of 10 times your answer is usually there already. You also need to look over your course schedule and the due dates / assignments tabs. Both are also under Course Home. The course schedule gives you an overview of what we do each week. It tells you what reading needs to be done. It tells you the assignments they're going to be due that week. The due dates slash assignments tab directly below it actually gives you the specific due dates and what is due on each of those due dates. So make sure you pay close attention to both of those. Now for the first week, obviously, it's a shortened week due to the Memorial Day holiday. So we are starting on Tuesday. However, you still have stuff due on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Each week, your due dates are Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and that's to be consistent so that you know if it's Wednesday, you have something due. If it's Friday, you have something due. If it's Sunday, you have something due. The exception to this is the last week of the course. There are special due dates for that week, so make sure you pay close attention to those due dates. You also need to check out important areas, so make sure you explore the course shell. Don't be afraid to click on things to find things. The course home is very important. That's where you will find, again, your syllabus, your course schedule, your due dates slash assignments, the virtual office, which is where you can post questions that you might have if you don't want to email. Other students who see these questions and know the answers are also allowed to answer. You don't have to wait if you know the answer and you want to help your classmate out. Using the Dropbox is there as well. It's got instructions on how to use the Dropbox and submit to the Dropbox. There are specific YouTube uploading instructions. These are in the syllabus, but just in case you missed it, I made sure to put them underneath the course home as well. And that will tell you exactly how to get to the course account, and then you can upload from there. There's topic selection requirements that you need to read through. You pick your own topics, you propose them, and I give them ratings. So you're either going to have A, B, or C ratings. And then if you happen to pick a B topic that's been given a B rating, the max grade that you can receive on your presentation, no matter how well you deliver it, is going to be a B because you picked a B topic. A topics make you work harder, but they are more engaging and more interesting for your audience to watch, and will generally help you do a better job on practicing your skills. The library link is also there, so that's where you can complete research for the speeches, as well as a link for online tutoring if you need it. After the course home, there is also the weekly announcements unit. You need to look at that. That's directly beneath it. Each week I will be posting weekly announcements of what's coming up that week, what needs to, what is going to be due. I will go over any important assignments that are going to be coming up, etc. Then make sure you look at each of the units actually to make sure you know where everything is. So under the weekly announcements is quizzes and exams. That's where your syllabus quiz, and then each you'll have four quizzes that are related to the course material. So there's 5 quizzes under that unit then. Under that is course videos related to important things about public speaking. These are not required for you to watch, however, they are helpful, and they do provide a bit of an audio-visual way of getting your material versus reading just the textbook. There's videos on speech anxiety, thesis statements, transitions, research, introductions and conclusions, visual aids, informative speaking, persuasive speaking, organization, audience analysis, and then word choice and language. So below that is discussion posts. That's where you will complete your weekly discussion posts. Then there's one tab called Other Assignments. You have a course-long assignment that you're going to be completing, the professional speech criticism, in which you will go out to a public speaking event and watch the speaker and then critique them in a 2 to 3 page paper that you'll write. It's very specific details are laid out in those assignment details, so make sure that you read that. Then you have each of the presentation units, introductory speech, persuasive speech, the group presentation, and the ceremonial speech. There is a specific group presentation discussion thread that is not, there's not anything underneath it except for the group formation thread, because you don't need to worry about that right now, but it is there. At the top of the course shell, you will see there is a link for the grade book, so you can see your grades. I try to return grades very quickly for my online classes. Usually my goal is 48 to 72 hours. Sometimes when the speeches come in, that gets a little bit longer because it takes a while to watch some of the longer speeches. But if you ever have a question about your grades, please just shoot me an email and I will be happy to tell you what's up with your grade at that moment. You can also email anybody in the class from the email tab at the top. There's doc sharing, which is where you will find all of your outline templates, any sort of extra material that you may need for that specific speech, as well as PowerPoints that may help you as well. Again, the PowerPoints are not necessary or mandatory for you to watch. However, they are there if you want to look at them. The Dropbox is up there, and then there is the Webliography. I have uploaded 4 different websites about speech topics and speech ideas. So in case you're struggling, you can look through those to kind of spark your inspiration. Okay, so that's what you should do for exploring the course shell. And then you're going to complete the following. Your syllabus quiz is going to be something you're going to want to complete. I would actually do that basically as soon as you read the syllabus, because then you can easily find it. And then your original post for your discussion post number 1 is going to be due Wednesday night, so make sure you do that. Also make sure you watch the weekly announcement video for week 1. It is posted up under the weekly announcements unit. So I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you. Please ask me if you have any questions about anything. I'm always happy to answer. If you have technology questions about, computer issues, your best bet is to actually contact ICCA, because I can't really help you besides tell you have you restarted it or what browser are you using. But anything else related to public speaking, I'm pretty good. So have a good week, and I look forward to talking to you later.